Hi, I'm Shannon with Itsy Bitsy Book Bits, and here's what readers are saying about Night Shadow by Alice Bienia. I am a big fan of mystery series, and I love a good private eye story as well. This book is the perfect blend of two things I love to read. I stumbled onto this series and could not wait to start reading it. I did read book 8 first and still felt like I could follow the storyline well enough without having read the first 7 books. I might have started this series out of order, but I definitely will be reading this series from beginning until end. Now to the actual review. I absolutely loved this book and could not put it down. Just as I was about to fall asleep or put the book down for a short break, something in the next sentence would catch my eye, and I would be like, it would not hurt to read just one more chapter, right? This was at like 1 a.m. when I had to work the next day. Georgia has had many jobs, and her current one might be my favorite. She has joined the CanNet Investigative Services, which is right up her alley with her love for a good mystery and her other job of being a private investigator. When her boss sends her to check up on an old army buddy, she finds the action and the mystery she has been itching to get in on. Trust me, you will love to be part of this mystery. She might have one case, but there is a second one she will need to solve with time ticking away and a killer on the loose. Read Night Shadow to find out if Georgia can solve the case before it is too late for her. I promise this story and the series will not disappoint you. That review came from Jamie Burns on Goodreads. This one comes from Megan Atkins on Goodreads. After being thoroughly captivated by Nightblind, I couldn't wait to dive into the newest installment of the Georgia Knight mystery series, and Alice Bienia delivers once again. Former lab analyst turned private investigator Georgia Knight returns with even more grit, wit, and determination as she tackles a new case that's every bit as complex and emotionally layered as her first. Bienia masterfully continues to develop George's character, revealing new facets of her personality while plunging her into a fresh mystery that's as gripping as it is thought provoking. As with the series debut, this book is packed with unexpected twists and turns that kept me glued to the page, once again sacrificing sleep just to find out what happens next. What sets this series apart is its perfect blend of excitement, drama, and heart. The plot moves at a sharp pace, but never sacrifices depth. The characters are rich and dynamic, and the emotional stakes feel real. From laugh out loud moments to deeply moving scenes, this book has it all. Here is what KB Carrie A. Baker had to say on BookBub. With each new book in this series, I question how the author is going to be able to keep it going. However, with each book released, she proves that it's just as good as it was when she released book 1. I love getting back into the story of Georgia. I find her such an interesting character, and I love watching her grow as each book passes. She is always so exciting to read about, and I find myself wanting to know more. This book is another exciting mystery. I was pulled into the story from page 1, and I could not put it down until I had read it all. There was so much going on, and the author just kept peeling back layer after layer. I thought this was a brilliant book and is such a fantastic addition to an already great series. This one is from KJ on Amazon. I very much enjoyed this latest addition to the Georgia Knight series. As with other books in the series, it's fast paced and full of twists and complexities with very human characters and engaging, realistic, unforced dialogue, one of the things I like best about the series. Alice Bienia does this very well. As a tech layman, at best, I was intrigued by the scary peek into cybercrime and how human problems and weaknesses are so essential to making at least some of it possible. While we're all aware of this at some level, this is on a grand scale, and so very much more than phishing or an email scam. I enjoyed Zach, the tech guy who truly speaks in a different language than most of us. As the novel progressed, it was fun to watch both him and Georgia develop a grudging but maturing sense of the people and tech sides of the problems. Zach and Georgia are great foils, and I hope we see more of their interactions in future books. Georgia has her hands full with two obviously unrelated investigations, and she ties herself in knots pursuing them separately until evidence and characters force a rethink. A great, twisty murder mystery adventure, a great fun read. This last review comes from Sinful on Amazon. I love a good mystery. However, this is a fantastic mystery. Georgia started working for CanNet Investigative Service and is looking forward to her first case. When sent to check on her boss's buddy, she finds him dead in an alley. The police say it was an overdose. However, things just don't add up. Georgia is strong, independent, and will not give in so quickly. So, was it murder or an overdose? Why was the man acting paranoid? This review holds no spoilers. I enjoy reading books written by this author. Her stories are fast paced and start on page 1. They are written to keep the reader on the edge of your seat, which is where I remained throughout this entire book. I could not put it down. Every time I thought it was safe, something happened to keep me reading. I love an author that can keep me entertained. I look forward to reading more from this author. Thank you so much for tuning in to hear what readers are saying about Night Shadow by Alice Bienia. See you next time.